Now I know some might get mad at this title, but welcome back to another Real Talk. I'm actually going live before I go into the dental office here in about 30 minutes, but want to just chat with the family for a minute. You know, back in the day, the older generation would always tell us, check out who you sleeping with because they may be kin to you. And yesterday I talked about those demons once again, how when them demons leave a person, going to the dry places, if they can't find what they're looking for, they come right back to the person they left. Now you got to keep that in mind. The Holy Spirit led me into this video from that video. You got to keep that in mind how even after generation after generation after generation, how many slept around. Me and Mama JT, when we had these conversations, man, it's just mind blowing. Because a lot of people back in the day, actually, some of them, they act like, notice I say act like, they act like they forgot how they used to hold around. I'm talking about grandmas and everything, papas, grandmas. They act like they didn't do no wrong. I ain't saying all of them act like that. And this is why they would always tell you be careful who you land with and try to find out if they can to you. Because you got cousins sleeping with cousins. I mean, you really don't know who you sleeping with. And just like when I was in high school, a woman, matter of fact, let me give a shout out to my man Lorenzo. Lorenzo remember when we was in high school how I would sneak in the auditorium, jump on the piano, play the piano before school start, have big crowds in there. And that's actually how I met my high school sweetheart, which was Sharita at the time. And big shout out to her. Hope she's doing well in life. But when I started talking to Sharita, one thing that stuck out to me was that me and Sharita had the same last name. At the time, her last name was Thompson. She's married now, I believe. My last name, of course, is Thompson. And that struck a nerve with me because my mom would always say, check the family tree. Because my mama always do this thing with the, she'll make charts and stuff of the family tree, who children is who and all that. And by her having the last name, the same last name as me, it just kind of struck a little nerve in my head for a moment, and I would question after question after question. And after I dated Sharita, see back then, she man, them women, most of them women, let me just say the women I talked to, like her, they wasn't giving it up. She told me you got to marry me before you get some of this cooking, and she told me that, and I appreciate that. It ain't like that hard nowadays, man. It just come up to you. But when we start talking and dating and not knowing this, so I asked who you been with before me, and when she said I dated such and such, uh, I don't know if you know him. I said, damn, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. Now, me particularly, I don't want to be with nobody that's gonna be with my family members. But I didn't know. And you know me, hey, did y'all sleep together? It's like question after question after question because you don't know. And the reason why I'm tying this in because you may be sleeping with somebody that still got them demons attached to them. Welcome on, Sister Angel. Big shout out to you. And them, when you transferring spirits, we sexually, like I just said in the video, yesterday, when I said when we sleep with each other, especially as a man, it's not just sex. It is a proven fact that it goes to your mind. And that's why a lot of women act crazy behind some dude. Vice versa. You see dudes acting crazy behind women. You done seen people killed behind this, right? Welcome on underprivileged. You said God bless you and your family. We're all children under one God. I hope you have a great day. Yes, appreciate that and big shout out to you. Peace and blessings to you. But those If see, this is why I keep talking about this so much. Those spirits may have been cast out, but if you don't have something, once again, not let me clarify that. Not something. If you don't have the Holy Spirit, those demons will come back, like I talked about yesterday, with seven more demons, and you be trying to figure out, Doc, what's going on? How did I? Why am I acting like this? What is it that she got on me that I can't leave her alone? Babyface did a song called "You Got That Whip Appeal." A woman knows how to put it on a man, just like a man know how to put it on a woman. But like I say, it's more than sex. What you got going on is something way deeper than sex. That's why a lot of people call it soul ties. And them demons be wearing you out left and right, wearing you out. And you like, ah man, we just slept with old girl. We just. I remember when I was in school, there was this lady. She was, um, in the special ed class. I'm gonna say it like that in the best way I can. And it used to be so many men wanted to sleep with her. She was in special ed, but she was fine. I'm not being funny, y'all. Just real talk. She had a body out of this world. And I remember this one dude saying, "Man, I'm gonna try to get that." And the other old boy was like, "Man, come on, man. She handicapped." He said so. And he said she would always be giving him little hints like, "You can have it, you can have it." And I don't know if he ever slept with her or not. But the thing is, even in that sense, you got to be careful. There are family members that have slept with family members, and it's a proven fact that they had sex and the children come out, if it's just one or two, whatever, they come out with, come on now, y'all know what I'm talking about. They don't come out right because it's in the blood. It's in the blood. And some people have done this and they didn't know. Like I made a point earlier, you don't know who you're really sleeping with. So you gotta understand that what is really tied to you, and then you mess around and have children. Your children mess around and have children. This is what happened in the generation, not generation. My mama would tell, man, my mama just, every time we had this conversation, she'll say, "Baby, I'm just being real. Them great grandmothers, I hate them papa, they was hoes." My mama said just like that. Mama JT don't bite her tongue. They was hoes, they slept around, and really we don't know who is who. And my papa had a lot of children. I remember one time, Papa dead and gone now. He passed away. But I believe Papa was 90. Was he 94 when he passed, or 95? But I remember one a long time, born in 1925. I said, "Papa, what?" He said, "Think about it." He always called me Biggin. "Think about it, Biggin. Back in my day, he ain't looking at no TV. I'm born in 1925. So he's born in 1925. He said all I did was work hard, party, and screw, talk noise. And that's why every time, well, let me say it like this: when grandmother, which is my mother's mother, who's dead and gone, may her soul rest in peace, Elizabeth Dixon. When Elizabeth was pregnant, somebody else was pregnant. Right after that, how is it so close together? Wait a minute, Papa, how you get grandma pregnant, and then here come another lady talking about she pregnant, and the proof is in the pudding. That's your child. That's your child. I remember one time Papa said, "Be honest, I don't know how many women I done slept with. Cause see, back in the day, Papa would be on that Crown Raw. If he wasn't on that Crown Raw, he'd have some type of whiskey. He was a hard working man, but he would work hard and he would drink hard. You know what I'm saying? He would party hard, and you got to realize, even back then, I know some of them older folks don't like to admit it, but I'm gonna admit it for them. They know that they was hoeing around. You know, a lot of the older people, they'll talk bad about the generation now, but in reality, what's new under the sun? Nothing. And you wonder why. See, and it flows. Dang, why she doing the same thing her mama was doing, holding around? He doing the same thing his daddy was doing, holding around. That man was just a womanizer. He loved women. He slept around, and his son is a split image of him. You see what I'm talking about? And me and my mom was saying yesterday, it makes you wonder how many of us are really kin to each other out here around the world. Because think about it, people move to different states. Some move overseas. You got to think about it. Who are you really kin to in this life? You laying around. Next thing you know, you find out, man, that's one of your cousins. That's really your brother. I think that's your sister. That's some scary stuff, ain't it? And that's why you got to be careful out here. You got to, man, protect yourself at all costs. And then I know even in this generation, man, sex is just happening more and more and more and more and more. See, a lot of people get uncomfortable when you talk about these type of topics. I don't. Because in reality, what need to be talked about and addressed, most people don't want to touch on subjects like that, especially in the church. I get attacked all the time for doing videos and topics that the church won't do. And then they be hating on me because they came to the page. Yeah, because they waiting to hear something that you ain't go. Man, let me tell you something. You should be tired of the same old stuff year after year. And I mean this out of love. If you are going through it, I ain't talking about all churches, I'm not talking about all pastors, but you got to realize the cycle of religion. You got to realize what's being taught in these churches. It's the same. That's why I said the same thing about your Sunday school book, your Sunday school lesson. I said it's the same format year after year after year. And if you stay on the same thing, how are you going to grow? That's why Paul said y'all wasn't ready to go to the meat. Y'all on milk still. I got to talk to you on a level because you're not ready for the meat. But the question is, how long do you want people to stay on milk? It's so much more meat in the Bible that's not being taught. And that's why my heart goes out. See, I got a lot of teenagers on the page too. And I remember back then, I see my baby brother Titus Taylor. Shout out to you down there in Memphis. You done graduated now, brother. You out in the real world now, and I always commend this brother. Hats off to you, baby brother. But I have quite a few 17, 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds who have questions. Even you, Sister Fatima, your daughters, they have beautiful questions. But it's just sad when it comes to talking about sex. The church don't want to address it. When you look inside of the church building, how many people battling with pornography? How many people battling with sleeping around with each other? How many people hoeing around? How many musicians get high, get drunk, go run women? How many lesbians are there now? How many homosexuals are in the church? See, don't nobody want to address. See, people got mad at me when I did that video about anal sex. When that question came from a Christian who was battling with that anal sex stuff. And oh man, don't talk about it. They doing it right there. They doing it right there. Don't tell me what I can and can't talk about on my page. When in reality, that little 17-year-old girl is turned out right there. Turned out. Love it from behind. Now look at all this. Gays can get married. Lesbians married. And don't nobody want to address the issue. Don't nobody want to talk about how the world is promoting sex, but yet and still they can listen at the rappers and the trap music and the gangster music all day long and don't nobody want to say nothing. But when a true believer, when an Israelite brother say something, I'm attacked for what you should be saying and protecting your children. See, you are your child's first teacher. That's why even at a young age, my two youngest, I'm on them about what's going on out here. Even though they don't understand, I'm going to put it in their mindset, especially my boy. And that's why I told him the other day, boy, a man should never want to be with a man. Even nature, even the Most High's creation, the Most High creation shows you what's real. That's why he called that mess abomination. He called it unnatural. He called it a detestable thing, a disgusting thing when two men want to be with each other, when two women want to be with each other. And that's what they are promoting out here more than anything. And I don't care who get mad at me for telling the truth. I'm not that dude that's going to sugarcoat it. I'm not that dude that's going to agree with it. I'm going to stand bold on the Holy Spirit word every chance I get. And I don't care what pastor, what church, what bishop. Oh, don't talk about it, JT, man. You running folks off. No, folks already been ran off. I'm trying I'm trying to I'm trying to give them the word so they won't miss it forever. If you catch what I'm saying. It's tough out here. And the TV don't make it no better. The cell phones don't make it no better. The movies don't make it no better. Even the cartoons, they don't make it no better now. The commercials don't make it no better. Everywhere you look, I saw a commercial just yesterday come across the screen. Those say, stay who you are. They come out with all these drugs and things to take this and stay the same. Don't you give up on your homosexual lifestyle. Continue to live that way. Here's something you can take. It won't cure you, but here anyway. See, you got to be delivered from this stuff. Oh, teach, Holy Spirit. That ain't nothing but the ruach. The problem with most people is they don't want to be delivered. You can say it in the most calmest way. You know what, sister, baby girl? You need to leave that woman alone and stop being with that woman in front of your child. Your child is watching you as a woman. She shouldn't see you being with another woman. That's going to confuse her. Whether I say it that way, or if I say it like this, girl, what the hell is you doing? Don't you know that child is watching you? Whether I use the calm approach or that type of approach, that person don't want to give up their lifestyle. Whether you talking calm or in another way, you can talk to you blue in the face. But a person that don't want to be delivered, they're going to give you an excuse. God made me this way. Excuse. I was born this way. Excuse. And like I tell these women, you don't think these spirits is transferring women with women, men with men? Or some of these brothers that's been on the down low, they ain't on the down low no more, they came out in the open and I gave you a disease and they gave their wife a disease. Or they ain't got out of the penitentiary, came home and gave their baby mama a disease or some other woman a disease. This stuff is real out here. And people are dying left and right. Because especially when you start talking about these sexual demons. Y'all remember that old video I did about incubus and succubus? Those sexual demons. Those demons that come in the dark. Them demons that hit you at night. Them demons that's riding with you while you going to sleep with old girl. And then you wonder why you paralyzed at night. You can't move, but you saw something. You can't remember if you was asleep or woke. See, this stuff is real. How do I know? Went through it. But I didn't have nobody to explain to me what it was. All I thought was, oh man, that's my little home girl right there, boy. She let me get it when I want it. She can call me, get it. If I would have known what I know now, back then, I would have knew why I was acting the way I was acting. I would have known why I was being so rebellious. I thought it was just the sex. It's way more than sex. And them demons know that. And see, I would get my favorite drink. I call old girl, what you want to drink? We would mix them drinks. And then you knew what happened after that. I did not know back then that I was inviting in spirits, demons, through my drinking. Me and old girl back then, we would drink so much. Brother Mike Melton, if you're looking at this, shout out to you. And I told you when we was on that live chat, How the Holy Spirit showed up on me, scared the mess out of me. But I didn't know I was inviting in those demons. See, I'm ready enough to tell y'all what's really going on out here and what I went through. I didn't know back then. And tied that in with pornography, drinking, looking at porn, sleeping around, drinking, looking at porn, sleeping around. I should have been in the word hard when I was going through all that, but I wasn't. And I'm not scared to say that in front of the world. I should have been studying. I should have been to the point where I stopped listening at them preachers brainwashing me with all that same old philosophy, same old religion, same old tradition of men, same old church services, same old sermons. I wasn't growing. And it's a dangerous thing when you're not growing spiritually. It'll mess you up. You don't even know how to fight out here because if you don't have the Holy Spirit and you listen to the wrong people, you will be thinking of everything carnal-minded. And your flesh gonna get the best of you. The Bible say what? The flesh is weak. The spirit is willing. But see, I wasn't feeding myself the Holy Spirit. I wasn't hungry for the Holy Spirit. I wanted to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do, and didn't know how many demons I was bringing in. Oh yeah, when you hoe around, you sleep around. Them demons are attached to old girl, JT. I didn't know that. And then if you'll be acting just like they acting. And you'll be looking in the mirror and say, man, I wouldn't even like this at first. You know how many women, when they email me, they'll say, I don't know, JT, I don't know how that man got me to do such and such. He got me to do anything he wanted him to do. I'm gonna say something, ladies. When a man can tamper with your mind, he already got your actions. He already got your actions. How many people looking at this live chat, you said some things you say you would never do, and I'm talking about it's past sex. There are some things you said you would never do, and you did it. Because that person or persons had that impact on you that hard that you can't even explain. Damn, can't believe I just did that. I can't believe I let this man mess me up so hard. Things I said I would never do. I can't believe I'm sitting there taking care of a grown man. And all he doing is just putting it to me at night. Something wrong with that, ain't it? I can't let me get a little bit more raw and blunt. I can't believe I let this man hit me in my ass from behind. I never said I would do that. That's my exit, not my interest. But I let him enter in. What's wrong with me? I said no, but every time I get in the room, he would do something to me. Demons. Getting high. Drunkenness. Popping pills. Once again, looking at pornography. All of this stuff will mess you up. And when you messed up spiritually, you blinded. I did not know this live chat was gonna go like this. And I'm not on StreamYard, of course. I'm on the regular YouTube live. And it's almost time for me to, it's almost at 30 minutes, 24 minutes counting. But I wanted to share this with y'all before I went into the dental office, man. I hope and pray y'all having a wonderful, blessed day. But do not take this message lightly. Because it's so many diseases out here. It's so much adultery out here. Think about it. It's so much wickedness, evilness, fornication. And the thing that keeps happening that just hurts my heart to see is how many people can keep coming together having sex. But once they find out, oh, she's pregnant, all hell break loose. Isn't it amazing how so many people can sleep with each other, but when the baby comes, it's time to split up. You ain't no good. She ain't no good. No, you wasn't no. How is it that now all of a sudden ain't nobody no good for each other because after the baby is born, but you was good when you was sticking and moving and hitting and splitting and licking while the clock was ticking and you was getting it, as Brother Dana Way would say. So I'm just putting it out there because we're gonna continue to have more and more single moms raising children. I ain't talking about all men. You don't never hear me say all men are deadbeats. But you gotta realize so many single women raising boys too. And you wonder why these boys are gonna continue to be so feminine, not all boys. Because that boys are only seeing the female gene, the mama, and they are surrounded by other women. If they don't have some type of male figure on the scene, it's hard for that boy. Boys. That's why boys need their daddy. They need him. Girls do too. It should be balance. But two men can't give you balance trying to raise a boy as a homosexual. Two women can't give a woman balance, a little girl balance to be a woman. You confusing that child. So on that note, brothers and sisters, I gotta get out of here. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in with me. And I appreciate y'all, everything y'all do, all the prayers. Let's continue to lift each other up. And I love y'all. And y'all have a wonderful, 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 blessed day. Shalom.